Roswell, 1947. Ranking as one of the most famous UFO incidents in history, and now a pop culture phenomenon, the Roswell incident saw UFO hunters claim that the U.S. military had captured an alien aircraft, while the military maintained that the flying saucer was actually a surveillance device from a classified operation. Non-believers still cite extraterrestrial activity to this day. Berwyn Mountains, 1974. Like the Roswell incident 27 years earlier, rumors of a UFO crash in the Berwyn Mountains followed after reports of shaking ground and strange lights in the sky. Investigations began, and Gwynedd police recorded a statement from a witness, who claimed to have seen a bright red light, like coal fire red. Large perfect circle. Like a big bonfire. Could see lights above and to the right and white lights moving to bottom. Light changed color to yellowish white and back again. No remains were found, and the unsteady ground was likely to have been caused by the Bala earthquake, which hit the area that night, but several locals still insist they saw a glowing, egg-shaped craft. Lubbock Lights, 1951. The Lubbock Lights were an unusual formation of lights seen over the city of Lubbock, Texas, from August to September 1951. The Lubbock Lights incident received national publicity, and is regarded as one of the first great UFO cases in the United States. The Lubbock Lights were investigated by the U.S. Air Force in 1951, which initially believed they were caused by a type of bird called a plover, but eventually concluded that the lights weren't birds. But they weren't spaceships. They have been positively identified as a very commonplace and easily explainable natural phenomenon. However, to maintain the anonymity of the scientist who had provided the explanation, the Air Force refrained from providing any details regarding their explanation for the lights. Shag Harbor, 1967. On the night of October 4, 1967, at about 11:20 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time, it was reported that something had crashed into the waters of Shag Harbor, Nova Scotia. At least 11 people saw a low-flying lit object head towards the harbor. Multiple witnesses reported hearing a whistling sound like a bomb, then a whoosh, and finally a loud bang. The object was never officially identified, and was therefore referred to as an unidentified flying object in Government of Canada documents. The Canadian military became involved in a subsequent rescue recovery effort. The initial report was made by local resident Laurie Wickens and 4 of his friends. Driving through Shag Harbor, Nova Scotia, on Highway 3, they spotted a large object descending into the waters off the harbor. Attaining a better vantage point, Wickens and his friends saw an object floating 250 meters to 300 meters offshore in the waters of Shag Harbor, Atlantic Ocean, Nova Scotia. Wickens contacted the RCMP detachment in Barrington Passage, and reported he had seen a large airplane or small airliner crash into the waters off Shag Harbor, Nova Scotia. Rendlesham Forest Lights, 1980. One of the UK's most famous UFO events involved the sighting of several unexplained lights near RAF bases at Rendlesham Forest, inland of the Suffolk coast. The authorities insist there was nothing mysterious going on, and no risk to national security. However, as the witnesses were on-duty servicemen, the reports were given a measure of credibility, and a belief persists that the lights were from an alien spacecraft. Even now, requests for more details are still being made under the Freedom of Information Act. Rendlesham Forest incident. Few conspiracy theories are as strongly corroborated as England's Roswell. There are more witnesses to this event than the Roswell incident. On December 26, 1980, at 3 a.m., An unidentified object was reported by a security patrol near East Gate of RAF Woodbridge. Servicemen initially thought it was a downed aircraft, but upon entering the forest to investigate, they saw strange lights moving through the trees as well as a bright light from an unidentified object.